Those of you who have been following the statistics about COVID cases in Torbay will have noted that our case rates have remained very low. And in fact, in the last 2 weeks of April, we have had case rates of below 10 per 100,000 over the last 7 days, which places us among the lowest in the country. That's really good news as we move towards the 17th of May, when the next set of restrictions will be lifted as we move steadily to the ending of the current lockdown in June. We know that COVID remains with us. Although we've seen really low case rates, we are in a global pandemic, and we know that new variants are emerging all the time. We are really fortunate that we have not had any of those new variants in Torbay at this time, but we also know that this remains a possibility for us as we enter into what we expect to be a very busy summer period, when many people are going to be coming to what is now the UK's top tourist destination. We want to make sure that our residents and our visitors remain safe. And so the messages that we've been putting out all year remain even more relevant at a time when we expect more people to be engaging in activities that will bring them in contact with each other. We know that indoor activities tend to be riskier for the spread of COVID because of ventilation, because sometimes overcrowding in indoor spaces. So we want to encourage people, as indoor hospitality reopens, that you plan ahead and try to avoid as much as possible crowded indoor spaces. As much as possible, meet with friends outdoors. We can meet with up to 6 people from different households or 2 households together. It's preferable where we can to meet outdoors. That is safer. Maintain social distance as much as possible, continue to wear face masks and face coverings, continue with good hand hygiene. These are the activities that we can do that will help us to prevent any spread. And should we have a new variant that comes along, these are the activities that will prevent that new variant from taking hold and causing spread into the community. The other things that we can do are taking up our vaccine when we're offered. The vaccination program is now being extended to people in their 40s. As the age of the vaccination program gets lower, we're beginning to see more people who were more active in terms of spreading the virus. They will become vaccinated, and we will expect to see an even greater impact on spread from person to person as more people, particularly those in age groups where traditionally we've seen the highest transmission, particularly as those people get vaccinated. The other thing that we can do is to get into the habit of regular testing. As far as possible, we want to encourage people to continue to work from home, to continue to restrict your activities so that you don't put yourself at excess risk or put others at risk. But we recognize that that's not going to be possible for everyone. Our economy is reopening. We will be welcoming lots of visitors. Lots of sectors. The accommodation sector is reopening on the 17th, indoor hospitality, as I've said. All of these activities mean that we cannot avoid coming into contact with people. And therefore, if we get into the habit of testing twice weekly, and testing kits are readily available, If you check the Torbay Council website, you will see how you can order tests, or you can pick them up at local pharmacies. You can collect them at our test sites, both at the symptomatic test site in the afternoons one can collect there, as well as our asymptomatic testing sites in Key West, as well as at Brixham and Torquay when those vans are in those locations. And of course, we can order through the post. So the combination of continuing to stick to the rules, not be tempted to bend them in any way, to continue to be responsible in our actions, to be vaccinated, and also to get into the habit of regular testing. If we do all of these things together, we stand a very good chance that we will keep our rates low and that we will be able to continue to progress into summer, enjoy all the benefits of restrictions being eased and finally lifted in June, and not see a situation where we enter into another wave of COVID transmission. We have worked hard together, and we have earned the collective actions, the collective benefits of having worked so hard together to keep COVID at bay. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's make sure that we continue to do the right things and that we see an end of COVID causing such restrictions to our day-to-day lives. Thank you so much.